Happy birthday, Starseeds! It's the December 21st, 2018, and we have made it through another year. So welcome, welcome, welcome. It is great to share this event with you. Now, Tom and I broadcasting the Starseed birthday since 2012 with our saying that there's not going to be a doomsday and we are just shifting in the energy. And so we are really enjoying doing this. It's going on quite a few years, right? And it became a tradition. So since 2012, we shifted quite a lot. Here we are in the 2018, literally 6 years later. And I believe that all of you seen huge changes within your life, spiritual and just the regular physical changes in your family life changes. And of course, there are ups and downs. Some of them are absolutely great and exciting, and some of them are not as exciting, and sometimes they are sad, and we do plunge into ways of suffering for the reason that we will find the inner strength within us, and we will rise from this suffering and find that inner warrior within us. And inner warrior do hopes that falls in love, or inner warrior is supposed to fall in love with yourself, with your own beautiful vessel self-being and with this world. So the inner warrior does not have to suffer and grow through the suffering, but the inner warrior can sort of calm down his or her energy and walk through this life with beautiful unconditional love in the heart and be supported by everyone and everything around. So we are coming from the year 2 into the year 3 of the catalyst, which is rather exciting. So year 2 was a year of choices. Now, for those who are in our 333 project, we give you a quick update on the year of choices. How does it affect us? It has been a really, really good year. It has been a very busy year. I believe for all of us, there has been time when we have to stood in the front of a huge choices to make how our life is going to change, what we're going to do. Is it safe? Is it not safe? And I do believe and hope everybody picked the most positive choices. The time traveling project is or 333 project is our time traveling project that we started in 2015. And all of the pins are sort of sign of our time travelers. And what we did, we created time capture that we're planning to open 100 years in the future. So right now it's the 97 years in the future. And we each obtain a pen and we put a letter and some little trinket for our family in the future and a pen for them as well. So we have a physical object to connect. And if we take that time and the space, or time doesn't really matter in this whole energy way, there's already family in the 97 years in the future, if we take it's the 97 years, who have a choice to connect, with the pin and with the energy and communicate with us, or more on the energy level than on the spoken level. But we do believe it is working. They are clearing the timelines, 100 years in the past, 100 years in the future. And of course, we are expanding these timelines. Like this year, number 2, has been a huge year for the clearing and embracing the energy of the Jesus Christ and the Mary Magdalene. I think there's been sort of a theme of the year, the Essenes and the Christ Magdalene energy, order or the grid inside of the earth. It is the energy that from now on will be fully available to us. Now, over these thousands of years that we are coming here on this earth, we have buried, anchored, transmitted the energies in the earth so we can find them again. And then we set sort of a time or the timeline where they can be released. And I would say that time very much coincides with our soul readiness. So it is not really that it is, that can open 2000 years later. It is when the soul is ready that timeline or the time energy from the past will open up for you. And of course, it greatly affects the future. So if in this year we have really tapping consciously in a plus minus 2000 years backward, we are consciously tapping 2000s plus minus year forward. That's going to sort of show us that 2000 years from now, there is still humanity. In the which kind of the form and how they are, we do not know. I do think they are highly evolved, and I do hope and wish from the bottom part of my heart and the soul essence of my being that they found love, that they found spirituality, that they can combine the enjoyment of the modern technology with the decisions and a consciousness coming out of heart. Something like it was in the beginning of the Atlantis. Wouldn't that be beautiful and wonderful? That we can hold this vision within us. I get a little lost in this right now. So the energy of the number 2, it was to either embrace, right, or change, clear and let go. Now there are last few days in this year that you can totally work with this energy, that you can say, okay, we can look at what went on in this year. And you don't have to go through all your life. You can just literally look in this year, and if there's something that's connected, to your choices, then of course, go deeper. But you can go to it and it says, okay, what is working for me? What is not working? What it is that I'm done with? What it is that I don't need anymore? And again, I look especially in all those places of suffering that you truly suffered through this year, or that you have may suffered through many years, what you have, set yourself up to. And that you get yourself to this point of like, wow, I'm done. I really, really want to change it. Now, I know that some of you may say, okay, it's not possible, and I'm in the situation when you ever don't understand, or the Pleiadians don't understand. We understand that you feel stuck, that you feel limited, that your life circumstances show you all this and nothing else. But we also understand that there's a possibilities, a limitless possibilities in this world of the earth, where we as humans are very powerful, or beings in the light, in the human body. It doesn't matter whichever way you call it. And this part in this world we call our vessel, a human vessel. And we do have a choices to change our life and change the reality around us. I would say it is the best kept secret that nobody really wants to share with us, because then we would all start changing the things and busting the system, right? Well, it is all up to us what we embrace. So if you have a choice to make, I don't know, I'm gonna live in this kind of the circumstances, or do I want to change them? How do you do it? Of course, the manifestation rarely happen from the minute to minute, how you are working or thinking about it. That is sort of the Hollywood movies, which showing you or exciting you about these possibilities that each of us has. Now, excuse me, it is a work, it is a process. Now, since you're coming from the year number 2 into year number 3, the choices and the catalyst, you may look like, okay, so the process is very simple. I'm going to choose either positive or the negative affect decision, how I would like to get from my situation. And I'm going to imagine that I open the door of the infinite possibilities. I'm not going to get trapped in what is possible, what it is that I can logically do. I'm going to dream up the scenario, and those are that feeling energy, right? Or knowing energy, actually the knowing energy, not feeling. I'm going to dream up a scenario that I would like to live, and I make that scenario possible, that that there's a transition from one way to the other. If I'm gonna leave scenario that today I'm homeless and tomorrow I'm living in the $1 million mansion and have a $5 million in my bank account, I have to create a bridge to it. Now, let's say, for example, that I do not really know how to create a bridge, or I don't know that bridge. What is that bridge? Am I going to win the lottery? Am I going to come with a great invention? And will the luck smile at me? So I can dream it, I can feel it, I can dream it that this is going to happen to me, if would be my wish. And then I would bring the feeling to it, how it would feel, what I would do. Now, to me, every manifestation, everything that should increase my life, increase the life all around me. So if I'm a millionaire living in a $1 million mansion and having a 5 millions in my account, just like that, I would try to think, well, what is it I can do for humanity? What it is that, and it doesn't mean to give them the whole $5 million. It means to create something. Money are just the energy, but the creation from your heart, from your life, setting something in the motion is the most important than the money that you have there. So you may try to think, okay, will I teach somebody how to garden? Will I buy the chickens and the goats for somebody so they have eggs and the milk? Just very simple example. Will I sponsor the children program that children can read and receive the books, or they have a lunches so they way to growing up is easier, so they can grow up into responsible grown-ups who would like to contribute to this world and make this world a better place. You want to think in that kind of the line, at least that's how I think. And then you of course going to feel it. You're going to feel it. And again, there are always those choices, right? How it's gonna be, how my life's gonna look like, how it's gonna really feel like. You wanna feel it in your lower belly, in those first 3 chakras. Maybe for you it is the feeling the safety. Maybe it is the feeling the comfort. Maybe it is something that you don't know how to feel. You need to find a way, how does it feel? Because that's gonna apply to your manifestation. Then the next step is build a bridge. So if you don't really know, how to get from that point A to the point B, from the point A where you are right now, from the point B where your manifestation is going to be, you open this field of the limitless possibilities, where you will be willing to follow your signs, when you will be willing to follow God. So let's say, if you suddenly get this sign of feeling that, I don't know, you're supposed to go and buy the lottery ticket, that you pay attention to it instead of, passing the gas station and feeling like, buy that ticket, and you go like, nah, I already dreamed it. I'm going to get a $5 million or $6 million, right? Million for the mansion, five in the bank account. Make it simple. If you are not acting physically on the signs that the universe sends you, you're going to miss your opportunity on this bridge. It may be, that you have some special skill and somebody, your soul family comes to your life and tells you, okay, I really like the way you sing or the way you write. And would you like to, to record a CD for me, or write a book for me, or create some arty craft that you are doing if you are artsy and so much on, to bake something. I mean, there's a million possibilities, right? There's a limitless possibilities. You may meet this person who offers you literally a lifeline, who offers you a grow and a help. And then you says, okay, I'm going to take this. And you may not make, a lot of money right in the beginning. Again, you may not get rich in that 1 year, but you are on your way to get there where you have seen yourself. It depends how big is your dream. It may take a longer way to get there. If it's, smaller and possible, if you're going to dream to having $100 for the Christmas, then you may just happen that somebody from the family or the friends gives you $100 as a present to you for the Christmas, and you have what you need right now, and you have it in the, blink of an eye, in a very short time. But you need to follow the signs. And once you have that sign, you need to physically act on it. Now, that is going to be a year number 3. So I sort of see it to year number 2, 2018, as that year to making a choices. What is it you want to do? Choose what is the highest vibrational path for you. And then you have, these two components. Okay, this is me and this is what I would like to do. Now, the third part would be the outcome, right? So let's say I want to write an awesome book in 2019. So here in 2018, I already have made a commitment to myself that I will write the 4th Palladian book. Now, here is the energy of this book, right? There is somewhere in the etheric, my lower self, and is connected to the ancient knowledge and the wisdom. My higher self is supplying the energy that I would like to write this book, and that to put that channeling and remembering and informations together. So you have this component. This is me. This is the hypothetically book, the energy of this book. And we want this energy of this book become a real physical book. So it's like a triangle of the energy. So here is me. Here is my book with the information. I'm gonna move that book here on the top of my catalyst of my triangle of the 3 things. I'm gonna solidify it. I'm gonna start imagining that it's written. It has a name. I make the book cover for it in my room or in my mind. I like to do it like here and put it on the shelf, the preliminary book cover. And all I have to do now is to supply physical energy here. I have to commit myself. I have to start watching the signs for my higher self or lower selves. When there's these thoughts and ideas, when there's inspiration, when there is the good stuff, right? But that takes your physical energy. It doesn't matter, how much you're gonna feel it and how much you're gonna dream it if you do not put your physical energy here. We do live in the physical world. Earth is 3D and the physical. We may, be in the 5th and the higher dimensional energies. But if you really wanna create a catalyst, you wanna make something that's gonna positively affect this world, which I truly hope that my books do positively affect the world, I need to start utilizing the physical energy. So here is me feeling and knowing what I want. I make a choice. So my choice is that, go in this one ball, dark and the light, right? And I'm gonna bring the energy, physical energy in this, starting to paying attention to signs and the feelings and so much on, and write. So since my thing is the writing, is the writing. If my thing will be to build the house, then it will be the building. You translate it to your own intention. And once I start working with it, I'm solidifying the third object and particle that is the catalyst. And that's the year number 3. You want to have 3 components of the energy. It will be very physical work, physical year of, as my friend said, it's gonna be a year of doing and being. I think it's gonna be a very physical, very up and down. Now, what we want to do, we don't wanna go through the up and down. You wanna stabilize yourself. We don't need to go through these horrible roller coasters anymore that we have been going as a starseeds for now. So if I'm going through this catalyst, what I like to do, I do like to communicate with my future self. Now, whenever you have a pin or not, you can communicate with your future self. You may decide that you don't want to come back here on the earth. So you may ask, your soul, what is it that I want to leave here? What is it I want to create? What is it that the earth needs in the future that's going to make this world a better place? Because that's creating a reality, right? Or if you know that you want to come, let's say here at least 1 or 2 more lifetimes, then you may say, okay, sweetie, you are somewhere in the future. What is it that this world needs? What kind of the guidance? What is it that's gonna help to make this world a better place? And it doesn't matter if it's the already amazing place in 100 years from now, or if it's going through some struggles. Let's hope it's an amazing year way from now, because people will find what you have done. If you do create with the energy of unconditional love, it's gonna stay in this world long after you are gone. And that is the goal. It's not gonna trap you. It's not going to anchor you deeper in the earth. It's sort of gonna free you, because you live here something that you keep coming here to, teach the people or show the people, or forgive or doing, all that stuff. Once you do it, that energy is left here and you sort of free yourself and go away. So you may ask, your future self, what it is that you would like to, you would like me to create. And then it's, again, doesn't work like future self tells you, like, all right, build the tunnel, right? I just like the Elon Musk, the ideas to building the tunnel for the fast transportations. If you guys have seen it, just seen it on the news, absolutely brilliant and a great idea. I mean, if your future selves give you idea like that, you know that this is going to be helping humanity in one way or the other, definitely with the transportation and the electric cars. But you don't necessarily have to be, ingenuinely gifted. If you are, then, your thoughts and ideas from your future and the higher self is a little different. They would be, let's say, mine would be the right and bring out the knowledge. Those, let's say, who like to grow the food may feel like they have to save the seeds, the original seeds that are not GMO affected, and so much on, or that they have to plant more crops, or that they have to plant the more fruit gardens, right? The orchard and so much on. We all are guided to something. There's no one same person as the other. And that is the fun with this, because each of us have something to offer to this world. And let's say that, for example, hypothetically, the fruit orchards will give the food those in the future that they may, not have enough, or it may, make our future better. Absolutely. I would say the fruit trees always make our future better, if you think of it. And, I grew up on the farm, so I know it takes quite a few years until the tree mature and will bear the fruit, or the walnut tree, until it bear walnuts. So it does takes a considerable amount of time. And that is something that we have now. If you are working in this time loop, and if you start going through this 9 years of the cycle according to the calendar, then we are in something really, really good. Now take it a step further, you may start to look into the Mayan calendar, which I'm not as well familiar with. I know just on the bits and pieces, but it's absolutely fascinating going through the energy of the day. If you will Google the Mayan 13mooncalendar.com, that's my favorite website. You can get a the free reading for the day, what kind of the energy meaning this day means according to the Mayan calendar. Now I'm bringing the Mayan calendars. Into 2012, literally Mayan calendar ended, right? And my theory was always about it, this one, that we have ended, or the calendar ended, so we can create our new reality and our new future. We have a chance. I mean, if we just, go with the flow and go with where it's gonna take us, we're most likely gonna repeat in the steps what have happened before, because the past is solidified. We know what happened, and it is meant to repeat, because every cycle does repeat. However, present time has the most powerful energy where you can alter and change the future. Now think of it, in the choices when you have made, when you make a choice to go to school or to move from somewhere, it alters your future. And you always had a choice of not doing it or do something else. For example, when I left Czech Republic and moved to USA, it makes a huge life-changing change for me, and especially the fact that I have learned to speak English, which I can communicate, with a huge part of the world now. Since, in the Czech Republic, I couldn't. I have learned English in the Czech, but I was quite poor with it, I'll be honest about it. And so everything, it can have the greatest effect, and of course it can have a poor effect. Let's say you're going to find yourself and, with some negative effect or something, that is not working as well for you, then you rethink it. So like you have an intention that is not working for you, so you alter your intention, right? So if you talk about the best choice that you have made in this year, and suddenly you realize that, choice didn't really work out as great, then you have a free will to rethink this choice and says, okay, I'm gonna open to new doors to this new playground of the infinite possibilities. I definitely have power to do so. I'm gonna start dreaming it, I'm gonna start feeling it, and I will allow for my higher self to build a bridge to get from the point A to the point B, to create what it is that I believe is gonna help me and help everybody around me. Because if you are living a good life, everybody around you are receiving the benefit of your life. So you are in a service to humanity. If you find in your heart to go and volunteer somewhere, you are in a service to humanity, because you figured out something about yourself, and you are willing to share the part of your day, part of your time, part of your energy with the others and the volunteer. That is a great service to humanity, and so on. And I will not even go into how much you create and what all you are going to do. We all came here to create something. Lately, I have been pondering about this question, because I hear from some people, I came here just chill. This is my easy lifetime. I'm just here to heal my own self, and I'm gonna go out of here. And I always have this feeling that we have to contribute in something before we leave. And I don't mean to contribute just in the physical, the workforce or education force or something, what this physical world has to set up. But I mean in the spiritual manner as well. Because if you think about it, if you are an ancient alien being occupying a human vessel, if you came from the angelic realm, if you live in the Atlantis, if you live in the Egypt with Master Thoth and the others, if you were incarnated among the Essenes, the Jesus Christ, Mary Magdalene tribe, and so on, you have something to offer to this place. You are not coming here for the luxury vacation. All those Essenes did not come here for the luxury vacation. They came, and they didn't come here to suffer either. I refuse to believe in that. They came here because they believe they can bring the changes to this realm, that they can offer the knowledge to the others, so the people will realize that we do not have to live in the control base of fears and suffering, and we do have a choice to embrace love, and of course to anchor that love for the others to follow this pathway, and have a freedom to either to stay in this world and continue in this journey, or go somewhere home or connect with God, wherever it is you would like to be. And I talk about it very long time, and that's sort of the conclusion that I came up with my higher self, or with that energy that I feel around me. We are not here to chill out on the luxury vacation. We are here to create something. And I tell you how significant that something is. I mean, it's a huge thing, but it may be just I don't want to compare it, how big and amazing it has to be, or what is the little. The significant something means, even if I go and I adopt a dog from the shelter, that is the significant something, because I'm showing the other that there's a kindness, we do have an empathy, and that we can create better, that we do not accept this barbaric kind of the war that strive in wars, that we are here to help the humanity to make the peace, and may start with that abused dog coming from the shelter to your house, that even the souls do deserve to know that we all need to be loved, or we all want to be loved, that we have safety, that we can find a safety, and that you have a people around you that feed you, help you, assist you, that this world is not as rotten as some think it may be. And so again, building up on that Christ Magdalene energy, they live, and I mean the whole community, I don't mean just these two people, the community move after the death and the resurrection of Christ. Whenever it was the physical or the metaphorical saying, they move to the friends and they continue in sharing their knowledge, their teachings. And of course, that has been passed from the generation to generation. And just to call in the different names, the Gnostic and Cathars and Knight of Templars and Masons and so much on, right? And you find this energy here today, and you are born in this energy. The Christ Magdalene is just 2,000 years. It's something tangible that we can touch to, that we can connect with, something that they have a proof that most likely have happened. To me, it happened. So they have writings and scriptures. There won't be that many people to making up the same story, right? Same like there won't be too many people to creating, to writing up and keeping the oral traditions of the creation story, which happened quite a few thousands years back. So if you think of it, this one is easier to connect. And so these Essenes, the Christ Magdalene tribe, let's call them tribe. That sounds good. I think the order is more appropriate, but why not a tribe? Let's play with the words. They lived in the great time of the suffering. Not only they were not perceived for what they were, by majority, I would say, as what they were teaching and how they, saw the evolution of the soul of the human life, but they also were on this, on the list to get killed. And so they had to live in the great secrecy and protect the teaching. Yet when they created, they knew one thing, that they have to create a teaching for the future, that they have to create, enough information that will be sent into the future. Maybe they were sitting there, with some kind of the pen or just, the energy they had and so much on, and thinking, okay, how do we get this information in the future? They did not create out of the fears, like we are so afraid, we have to do it, oh my God, how it's going to be. They had a love for God, love for each other, and love for humanity. And when they wrote the scriptures, when they rewrote gazillion of the books and saved a lot of teaching, they did that with that energy of love. The love that they come one day back and they're going to find it. That love got, of course, anchored inside of the earth, but also in all these articrafts and the books and the writings that they had. That's why when you are reading the Bible even today, you find these little bits and the pieces that were written with love, not with the controlling of the humanity. I mean, there's a big chunk of the controlling humanity, right? But there's that part of it that really vibrates that love and the wisdom. It's like a puzzle that you need to put together. They wouldn't tell you the black and white how to do this and that. They would make it into riddles and the puzzles, and it is your job to figure it out because you live there. So if you are connected to that energy, of course you're gonna figure it out. And that comes with you today. So for the 2019, let's create new riddles and the puzzles for the future. Let's create the energy, a catalyst that's gonna be here for the long time after you will not be here. Now, if you think of it, after the year 3, you're gonna go into year 4. That will be the year of the great abundance. So create a product, things, books, teachings, something that's going to help the humanity dig the tunnels for the high, fast transportation, anything that is safe and the good that helps the humanity. Because it's gonna, when we create it from the positive choice, from positive decision, when we create it from the love for the humanity, how much we want to help them, it's gonna last and it's gonna be here. Same as the pyramid and the other things that have surviving for us to help us to remember of who we are. So with that, I'm going to wish you a beautiful year. Let me just quickly check here the chat room. Hello, everybody. Hi, Katie. I wish you a beautiful year. If you guys would like to get a pen, we had only 1,000 made. We were not really offering them to publicly just last year or this year. A few people asked. So we created this, what we call a hitchhikers group, which we get in our energy field. The difference is that the pin, the original pin, the original people who are in this project, they pin, the second pin is already sealed in the time capsule. We will not open the time capsule until 97 years from now. So if you like to have a pin, you can contact me. It is, I believe we agree on the $33 plus shipping to cover the cost. And so anyway, you can always email me and ask me if I still have some. All right. So I wish you a happy new year. Enjoy your holiday whenever you celebrate Christmas or Hanukkah or any other holidays. I don't really know how they go in the time thing because I celebrate Christmas. I love Christmas. It's one of my favorite time of the year. And so you have a beautiful holiday. I hope that there's enough food on your table. And I hope that you are surrounded by those people who love you. And if you are alone, if you need to go to food pantry, please go to the food pantry, get some food on your table. And imagine that you are sitting with your family around the table, that whenever they are there in the flesh or in the soul energy, they are there around you and they love you and you are never, never alone. So allow yourself to have the best year ever. Allow yourself to have 2019 as a year of the catalyst, a year of the huge changes, year where you can change your life 180 degrees around. Remember, you need to have a dream that you are dreaming. There is you, and there's a physical energy that you're going to put in the dream. You have a 3 components. It can be the plan, the knowledge, and the outcome of your plan, like carrying out the action and so much on. Always play with the 3 energies. 3 is the catalyst. 3 is the connection between the past, present, and the future. 3 is the connection between the earth, yourself, and the universe. So the next year you're going to feel connected, or you want to feel connected, because you are supported from your past energies and you are supported from your future energies. I would say it's the one of the best supportive year to whatever you do if you make the right choices. So with that, I love you. Again, one last time, I wish you the beautiful holiday and a wonderful new year and the whole year. And I see you in the next year on the 21st. Love and light to you, from my heart to yours, from my family to yours, and from Pleiadians. Bye.